Hello, and welcome to the second half of the Bob HANSEN story. We left then Lieutenant HANSEN as he settled into quarters at Horsham, England. Bob will explain the tactics used by the 8th Air Force as it systematically destroyed Nazi Germany through massive bombings in conjunction with Britain's Royal Air Force. He will tell you about his two missions on D-Day. Let's join Bob and the interviewer, Chief Master Sergeant Larry Lowndes, as they discuss a typical mission flying as a lead crew in B-24s in 1944.
We were alerted 2 hours before brief time, time to get up and get breakfast, and then brief from brief time to departure time was usually somewhere between an hour and 2 hours. It would depend on just exactly how many airplanes were involved.
I have something here. I don't know whether you
can see through the picture there. That was our. You know what we call this?
Yeah.
Wonder Bread. That was our.
You wondered what he was going to do, or
that was our old DRE model assembly airplane, and it was painted like that, so it was easily visible. And on the top, there were 4 fire guns. This airplane would take off probably about 15 to 30 minutes ahead of the rest of us, and be out in position where we were going to form. And then at the appropriate time, the mission commander would give the direction or the order to right turn or left turn or whichever it would be, and we would be headed up either over the North Sea or down towards the Channel.
did you act in the lead capacity?
Yes.
For a squadron or a group?
For quite a few of the missions, we became a lead crew after our 4th mission. As a lead crew, there was some extra training, local training, and extra work for the bombardier and the nav to take care of us, so that they could do whatever was necessary as far as navigation, and especially the bombardier with the bomb sights, just in 3-ship trail.
3-ship trail.
Then after bombs away, you got a rally point.
Right.
And so you all headed for that, either geographically or some other way, you all knew where the rally point was, and you headed for there, for the rally point, formed up, and then headed back towards England.
Resumed the normal formation.
Yeah, you wanted to be in formation, because that was your primary protection. The MEs, ME-109s were always looking for single airplanes, lone airplanes, maybe 2 or 3 together or something like that. Those were their favorite targets. But
was there any change in speed or altitude when you came off the bomb run to get out of town, so to speak?
No, same. We didn't have very much speed differential in level flight with the B-24 or the B-17 bombers. There was maybe 10 or 15 miles an hour, but it wasn't good practice. We never tried to. Our bombing run was at 155, and that's what our rally was, at 155, and that's what we came home as.
Where did most of the flak occur? Before, during, or after the bomb run?
All of the above.
All of the above.
There was always flak crossing the Channel. Always. Until the invasion. Then those guns went away.
So you run into flak that early in the flight?
Yeah, and the Germans had flak guns, anti-aircraft guns mounted on railroad cars.
What was it like to fly through the flak field?
Just sit there and endure. You couldn't maneuver. You had to stay in formation, and you just wanted to get to the target, get those bombs away, make your turn to the rally point. I don't know, I can't think of one good word except that it was apprehension.
What did it look like?
Well, I think I noted here that your long view or your distant view of flak is black. Well, when it's inside your formation, it's bright orange and red, and you can hear it. And of course, a lot of airplanes, like one mission, our left wingman was there, and then he wasn't. It was the job that had to be done.
You bombed mostly industrial and seaport.
Yeah,
Of course, you
industrial complexes.
You had an involvement on D-Day.
D-Day?
Yeah.
The first mission was bombing the beaches, because the landings were at 6:30. That's when they started.
Go from the time that you were alerted for D-Day, just exactly what happened through the whole day.
For D-Day, we all knew it was coming. You couldn't even guess when and how's it going to be handled. Well, we were a lead crew at that time. We were briefed at 6 o'clock at night, the night before, about what was going to happen on the 6th of June, what our mission was, what our target was. And I can always remember the briefing officer, if either one of you make one goddamn word about where you're going, you're dead. And of course we didn't want to spread the word around at all. We just knew that, okay, this was, like I said, the first mission was to bomb the beaches. And we had different parts of the beaches to each group or squadron or what have you, had different parts of the, all the way from over near the Pas-de-Calais over to the Cherbourg Peninsula. We turned around to go back across the channel. On our way over, it wasn't completely undercast, but we couldn't see much of the water. But by the time we had dropped our bombs and began our return, the visibility of the channel and was much better, and we could see what it was like down there. It was just one mass of ships. That's all you could see. You could hardly see the water.
You walk on them.
Yeah, that's right. And once, especially on D-Day, after we debriefed, they said, well, go ahead and get some sleep, but you'll probably be called out again. And on the second mission, the targets were inland, railroad marshaling yards, highway, busy highways. And the purpose of that was to damage the transportation system, to keep the Germans from reinforcing very much. Then turn around and head back.
The role of the 8th Air Force at the onset of the D-Day invasion has been widely discussed. The objective was to destroy the German fortifications above the landing beaches, particularly at Omaha Beach, where the bluff was a major obstacle to a successful Allied invasion. Needless to repeat, the bombs did not hit the fortifications, but landed harmlessly behind the enemy lines. We had 2 recording sessions with Colonel HANSEN. Unfortunately, the sound went bad on one segment, and we could not use that recording. In that footage, Bob related that the briefing officer on the first D-Day mission cautioned the crews, some might use the word threaten, that they were not to injure the troops landing on the beach, as that would not reflect well on the 8th Air Force. The briefer was quite forceful in the command's concern for the safety of the soldiers, sailors, and Coast Guardsmen invading the beaches. Colonel HANSEN conjectured that the bombardiers on that mission probably overcorrected in their bomb aiming, and consequently the bombs fell inland and did not do the intended damage. This unintentionally resulted in the high casualties on Omaha Beach. Tune into the next serial to learn more about the tactics of the 8th Air Force and the amazing accomplishments of Colonel HANSEN after he retired from active duty. Oh, and by the way, consider making a contribution to the Armed Forces Heritage Museum to defray the cost of the Living History program. It's pretty easy. Just go to afhmus.org and follow the readily available prompts. Thank you.